If you keep defending like this, you will lose every single 1v1 in FC26. It is because you're giving the attacker exactly what he wants. Watch this clip. You see how we step forward too early. We are basically telling the attacker, please dribble past me. This is the number one mistake almost every player makes, even decent players. Defending on FC26 is not about charging in, it is about controlling space. If you fix this one habit, you instantly win more 1v1s without changing tactics, without changing controller settings, nothing. Let me show you the exact mistake and how to fix it. Now, stepping in too early is bad, but also letting the opponent have too much open space isn't good either. This is why you need to balance between passive aggressive defending, which we will talk about, right? As you can see, we are too passive over here. Because we are passive, we end up conceding this goal. And this happens to most of you. Now remember this, in FC26, most of the goals are going to come from the transition, that is the counter attack. Now in this moment, when Dembele receives the ball, he is not having any passing options. So rather than dragging Aitana Bonmati back, it is our job as defenders to apply pressure on Ousmane Dembele and force him to make a mistake. Because this game, there are three halves of the pitch, okay? This is the first half. And in the first half of the pitch, especially when the opponent is isolated, since most players play a 4-5-1, they will often be isolated, right? If they are isolated, guys, you should press their striker. That should be your first objective when they are building up from your half, all right? After that, see, we have to track the run, which we do, but again, we end up being too passive. Over here, we have the opportunity to take Cambioso, which we will. We will micromanage the players, right? You bring two players back, but here we need to get closer and we need to push him off the ball with Cambioso. At the same time, we can also switch to our center back, mark inside, bring Aitana Bonmati back while applying second man pressure on the wings. This is what we should do. This is why passive and aggressive defending is very important. If you are too passive like this, if you never challenge the opponent, I'm showing you this example because so many of you are guilty of making this mistake. If you never challenge the opponent, you will struggle, right? This is why playing with players who have intercept is important. We want to challenge the opponent, put ourselves in the passing lanes. Otherwise, we will concede such silly goals. So whenever the opponent is building up, we have to make sure that we are staying close. If we will not stay close, if we will panic switch, we will end up giving them so much space. This is why it is important to know what we are doing with our switches. I often speak about making useless switches. This is a primary example of that. Look at this. There is no need to switch to anyone. With Aitana Bonmati, our job is to put her back, stay close to Mariona, bring Ryan Dish and Park Ji-sung back, apply pressure. Instead, we switch to Marquinhos, which is not required. Our defensive line is in the perfect positioning. So therefore, we don't need to touch it as of now. We only touch the defensive line if something dangerous is happening. Okay, nothing dangerous is happening on the pitch right now. So I should simply select Park Ji-sung and apply pressure on his Park Ji-sung rather than taking Marquinhos and pulling him out of position. Now this is example of good defending. We are staying close, we are applying pressure, marking dangerous passing lanes. This is exactly why you need players with intercept plus. Building up is a part of defense. This is why I am showing you this clip. If you lose the ball during transition on FC26, you are going to struggle. This is why you need to learn this trick as well, where you send your fullback on a run and then make a switch towards them. It's one of the easiest ways to get out of pressure. Now guys, you need to learn how good defenders actually move on FC26. Most players think defending is about reacting. It's not. Good defending is 90% anticipation and 10% tackling. If you are sprinting, switching everywhere, chasing the ball, you are giving attackers exactly what they want. Watch how simple good defending really is. Look at these clips. Notice how I'm not charging in. It's all about body shape and patience. I'm not spamming a tackle. All I am doing is holding my line and keeping my body shape angled towards the danger. Now we also need to accept that we are going to concede goals, but what we want to do is make sure that we give it our best shot at defending. You will see my left stick barely moving, little adjustments, jockeying when I need to slow down, releasing jockey when I need to match their tempo. This is why most players get smoked. They defend with panic. Good defending is calm. Now, smart switching with CMs is important. You will see I am not switching to my center backs early. This is where most people lose games. Your midfield is your real defense. Watch how I'm on my CMs, shadowing their passing lanes, right? Not the ball. Try to force them wide. When they do come inside, I have enough players behind the ball because 1v1 defending in this game is hard. This is the rule. CM first, CB last. You only grab your CB when the danger is already in that zone or when you need to track a run. If you want full breakdowns of your defending, we do weekly coaching calls on School where I show exactly when to switch, when to hold, and how elite defenders think. Link is in the description. We also have a classroom that gets updated every other day. Cutting options before tackling is important. Good defenders don't tackle early. They cut options first. If you are always diving in, you look stupid. If you are removing options, you look elite. Timing jockey plus sprint. This is another detail most people ignore. If you are holding L2 the entire time, that is wrong. If you're holding R2 the entire time, that is wrong as well. See how I'm alternating between these two based on distance. Close distance L2 plus R2 to control speed. Far distance sprint. Now when you're very close to the opponent, make sure you release R2 and only take your defender while jockeying. The mistake casuals make is locking onto one input. Elite defending is about changing the tempo based on what your opponent is doing. What this meta, AI defending is overpowered, so use it. You will see I am not over controlling my defenders. I hold positioning, the AI tracks when they have to. If they don't, I track it, and then with their help, I defend in numbers. I only try to intervene when it's time for the tackle. Good defending on FC26 is not flashy, it's controlled, it's patient, and it's all about your first switch and your body shape. You fix those two things, you'll instantly feel like the game's got easier.